Yeah. I don't know. Actually, no, I don't want to think of that song. It's by the Beatles. Yeah. You should, be glad, but it hurts my feelings. I don't know why. So I didn't mean to. It's an accent. I don't blame it. So started the video. So I was gonna have a coffee earlier, but I decided to cook some food instead. And I was in the process of thinking, can I discuss in the process of finding out for myself if there was a moment? What? If there was a moment of privacy, like on some other matters that sort of almost started bouncing back up to a standard like 8 months ago, if there was any bridges, safe holes, who was in control of who passed over while we sorted out the cluttered fucking psychoeconomics and other things that left for granted, the benefit of the doubt scenarios. But who was actually, I was a bit disappointed. It's like, that is such a shame. Just did try that about 3 days ago and it turned to fucking ruckus hell after. You know, they wouldn't want that. Also, they wouldn't want to save the Sentienites and male crime either. Because I'm not claiming any responsibility. All I did was gesture something about 9 months ago. It's like, things turned to crocky fucking hawk shit. Is there any way of sort of like bridging over, like at least but then apparently people otherwise like say races that I think have merit enough over a long course of time, based on a few principles they according on surveillance techniques, they just blant out that word, they all come down like the audio in, no merit in fighting a crompus fucking shit to prove a lie associated to a bullshit fucking name of desperation and cluttered fucking maniac. And destroy. See, it's not, well, yeah, like, previous video, guards had merit, supposedly, like, they might have been forgotten for a long period of time, and, you had hallucinatory glimmick ones for a while that were a bit of trouble, and otherwise they might have been a bit of a nuisance if a grimy climate clut would call on actual guards to investigate and get in your face if you weren't in the right kind of mental state for them to get a clearer picture of what's going on here. But if you're getting guards called, forget the reason why they because guards, like higher, you fucking call to them if there's some serious fucking issues, like in your personal safety or otherwise, about some random dropping a bit of rice and thinking, oh, I'll feed it to the birds, and you got your fucking high esteemed magisterials, and they're fully engaged in the block achieves a coblobulation of all the dodgy fucking cluttered shit. And one thing that before I started I was wondering about ideals of sentient life. Okay, you've got societies, communities, a strong fucking near community that can work together to, you wouldn't like the idea of maintaining peace and harmony if I said it's ideal to maintain peace and harmony, sovereign in the community for the welfare of everything above and below. There's at least two aspects I'm wondering about. One was some squawky, screechy, like never mind the dishwashing sound or the fridge washing sound of voice. Squawky, like, I don't want to repeat it, but it's constantly kind of yelling. It sounds like yelling at the top of their voice, but you can be in fairly close range and they'll be sort of like squawking, yelling. It's like, ooh, that's really, you can't, that's intolerable. But yeah. So they heard something about a boy, because everywhere sentient boys might have had issues at some point, which is completely different to another guy that should have been smashed to a pulp as soon as he started, if it could be interjected, if it didn't. It's not that clear. His inverted fucking hostility and confusion, an aspect of it, a natural tendency to admire some aspect of a girl, pretty or never mind specifics, but he was hostile. Forget that. But I'm just saying, never mind that nutcase, because he's the whole problem from there down the bottom, then back up through. But there's problems enough at the top. If you have like, which the squawky, screamy, fucking dishwashing, fridge washer sound boys, a community or a knit of boys targeting a girl to target a boy to smash him up by smashing the girl up, and okay, that's pretty fucked up. Or if you got, say, a knight, someone, no, okay, I'll be careful about that, but say there's a pretty girl that is a girl, and he might admire something about her, or is it as far down here, he might get a little infatuated, but I'm pretty sure a Sentinel bury themselves in isolation until, and I said until never. In that situation, I think that's completely natural, and it would have been happening everywhere until the block of cheese combobulation and all the dodgy shit, maybe? There was... I'm not lying, but it's completely honest. Why is it so fuzzy there? I'm pretty sure that's the natural tendency. The 2004 agenda was pretty fucked up too, and it was pretty fucked up for 250 million years before that, and before that, billions of years come to the point of, but what do boys do in terms of hierarchy and majesty? If you pray, do you need to have some image of a boy? Like, what do boys do, and like, what do the girl know, and what do I know now? If it's like you crumple all the fucking sentient like male kind, and I don't know, it's a whole I don't know, I was just in the process of wondering when was a nice time if you want to counterfeit that and go around and try and cash in on a process or a concept of how a hierarchy, divinity works, majesty, to maintain order on this level and maintain order here as so below that. So I don't know, but we'll figure it out later, but I was just wondering the process of that. Making a coffee. Why does it take like at least 7 seconds for these classes to say someone's name? So you want to destroy all the male kind in Sentinelite regions that had a purpose to maintain balance and harmony. And you want to focus all in on one guy proving a lie and the fucking name and quoting his name at the end of every fucking gesture. It's like, it would have been fine to say some stupid shit, but to have like 10 to 30 seconds to half an hour of a fucking name dribble drabble at the end, or a catchphrase. I think previously when I was in the when they were engaging in me to watch them engaging in the Yahweh, or it's the other way around, that I was informed that hey, yeah, they want to hit up Yahweh for something. I can't quite remember, and I was thinking the colour purple, maybe a grey, a silver purple, and it was humble chariots. These Westerners don't have to quote the name of a movie, then go on for 5 hours with the theme song. I learnt that on saxophone. Look it up. Of course, you've done your sermons, your shoot-ups and smack to erase the fact there was a movie in the 80s called Chariots of. And that's not the only, if you say chariots, you don't have to say that. And the other Westerners, you don't have to say any drogy terms of that, or say humble chariots. It was very quiet in my mind in relation to Yahweh and us. it's really not worth it. Is it really worth crumbling and destroying all of existence for proving a lie to support promise fucking filth and rape and murder and gyneclomy and necromancy? And why the fuck? How the fuck? Just for a few little catchphrases and words you ripped off with your surveillance techniques, is that it? Combobulation of all the dodgy shit that might have been erring enough at the time, or the billions and trillions of eons of time since they were watching this Crumpus Fields, feeling like there was a plateau, then forgot and looked again, and your guards, Majesty want to intervene about some guy that blopped a bit of rice off his frying pan and considered feeding it to the birds. Okay? And if they have a prior agenda, they didn't go and bury themselves in insanity until never, because they were a little bit errant on what they may or may not have admired about how the potential of what? It's really funny. I looked at one of those lights. It's got some pretty fancy setups in the lights here. There was some kind of microchips in this shit that's designed to spray to put out fire when there's naked flames and smoke and heat. The sprinkler system will start spraying water, or otherwise it might. There's one that supposedly had microchips in it. The other one's spraying stuff like cadmium, maybe lead, other fucking shit. The lights, there's one in the hallway. I don't turn it on anymore. But some shit in the wardrobe bounces back through in the bathroom. The light in the bathroom analyses the dick. Supposedly there's a shop that's more like the crystals and herbs. It's more engaged now to analyse boys' dicks. Okay, so all the male kind everywhere wants to get involved in that on some random. It's kind of half sort of like, it's got out of hand, but it's probably inevitable to wait 250 billion years. And what was the alternative if you said, alright, you didn't like that you had a prior agenda? And I realised too, you had a prior agenda to support the myths of things like, on other levels, anywhere, you'll notice the difference between someone that might mind their own business and contribute in certain ways, and you attempted to smash and nullify every opportunity, and you failed enough because you still had that capacity and always would have, if that was inevitable, a consequence of that, the whole process, that he was, the herb shop is probably worth more now than he would have been, but it was unfortunate and completely irrational. Like I said to that, I said breaking hexes on, I think, what's it called again? Maybe I shouldn't have posed that question. What's it called? Not hemlock. Sometimes kind of hemlock. How did that start again? There was evidence of that I found recently. Hemlock. What's hemlock? When that started, it was the attitude. I suppose I believe the hemlock's like at every stage. So, like, what I was meaning to say is that I'm like thinking, when would be a good time for me to say, hey, I'm ready to now to kind of comprehend something about how balanced and ordering existence would work. Why is it we wanted to need sentient ones to maintain balance and order? I don't know. Can you completely scrap it? No. it adds to things, it can evolve and develop as well. Sound. Bear loops. Would you call the old Krampus weed cannabis sativora? It's like an accident. Maybe some aspect you could blame the wReter for whoever invented that. Okay, I'm only asked. But it's like I'm pretty sure a female. Well, I mean, an aspect to like then it's like in any real world, like, the hierarchy and majesty. If you did need to summon yourself before something to solve an issue with your own life and in the greater whole of the development, prosperity of the whole community and life on that life in life that I suppose, from what I understand, it's kind of like barely too, like there's some kind of tragedy, or in a brink of tragedy, and in dire aim would be some kind of salvation move or whatever tools necessary to come past that. And what you had to offer once you had the tools to get past that and use it responsibly, rather than if it was a boy, use that responsibly to figure out how to target someone else's, the boy or the girl. And what do you do then in the irrational world? Forget the last 250 million years here, that there's nothing you can do. It's just a dead end. It's even worse. No, I don't want to hear that. So. So, go back to those lights. There's something in the wardrobe that bounces back through there in the passage in the hallways. Going out. That's right. Fuck that. It's off. But fucking hell, man. That one's just the same. It's supposed to analyze some concept, jargon manuscript, this kind of thing. Fridge is set up. Add some shit along the way. I don't know. Well, technically it's not completely irrational and just based on conjecture that you need to get involved with it. Sometimes some of that shit does contribute to where you go after that if you don't like settle and breathe and just it's really not worth it. The hero junkie mission, you reckon you can force some shit based on crumbling the supposedly there was shit over the horizons kind of check shit out. Block of cheese getting on that as well. I don't know, what was that? Man, so yeah, I was considering making a coffee, and it was like I was considering turning it on, making a coffee, and the shit looking over the horizon. So I started this. That wasn't the shit I was talking about. It was borders. Wait a minute, what was it? The relationships are over a border compared to unfathomable. No. You want to find out how to comprehend that, because I don't want to think about it anymore because it's incomprehensible and totally irrational and rude, and you probably are a bit that way inclined, unless I drop that fucking shit to get me in trouble for questioning that, and it's like I'm the guy that's like shut up, and you've got these other guys going, and then they go like a pep. Or they start singing the Chariots of the Gods theme song, or they just got some rancid, and this has been like half an hour saying some guy's name, or pointing at where the province his place is. They're saying thankfully that Why is it? Is it the case that only sentient can be that fucking demented and stupid, at least the boys, so? Regardless of how fucking fucked up she gets. This is out, I think. It hasn't worked in long on this surveillance, whatever the reason, everyone's having surveillance, fucking shit going on. I was going to save you for the vaporizer. It's out to me, isn't it? Can I look up, should I look up app? Yeah. Why would I say that? There's something in the hair too, the funny hair. Or, yeah, block of cheese. It's like physical reality of some of this donkey shit too. I don't know how they work. Nothing. There are some cheap standards, but I just heard someone, I was considering something about cheap standards, sentient in general, just being placid and peace with what they are to better themselves in the community and support that community however their structures work to all collaborate together, so some people have access to all the shit going on, and you've pretty much dropped everything just to say shit like wah-roo on the end of a gesture that he was running cheap standards relatively, but how would it ideally work? Like with this society, everyone has a place, like you give up all your jobs just to say wah-roo on the end of a sentence and try and get him to have enough attention on it, on the process of cheap standards. I was saying it's relatively cheap standards. Cheap, not well. It baffling that is kind of like, what now? Do I have to like try to figure out something that I can really nut myself on to figure out the next bullshit that's completely, utterly juxtaposed and offensive to everything in existence, like that shit with the Big Bang? I was missing something too, wasn't I? From another story, the chain, I got the pendant, the crystal, fairly big one. I can't remember what it was. It's very much the same. There was a store when the day after I got, or the week after I got one, so, there was another one. So I was getting like fluorite, and I realised that I was completely misinformed and offensive as crap about quartz, and maybe fluorites, the information on fluorite is fairly standard. And I got a pendant there. The problem is there was ones there that were a bit weird, and this one was almost like that. It might have had a little bit of Labrador, aventurine, black spots in it that might be tourmaline. And the pendant was like that. I didn't realise at the time that matches my unicorn jumper. But then I went to a jeweler. I was like, I need a chain for you, and so I don't want to get another one of those leather bands, so I got a silver. And it's like the best one I found. It had a tag on it, special from $47 to $26. But yeah, you can tell it wouldn't like that. What's that? What's that? So what was it saying about cheap standards? Yeah, cheap standards. It's like to say how thankful for what you are and give up everything and hope you can have someone else's mind. To the extent that every process you had to that, you jump in on the fact that you were saying something about cheap standards and you hear someone over, not that far over there, put a wah-roo on the end of it. And why the fuck with the sentient all the way through, give up everything they had to offer in the community. Well, maybe that's it. see, I can hear people like quoting, they're just saying sentient ice. What do they say then? Not worth really worrying about. Okay, so wow. These sentient ice right down the bottom, not really where relatively how would what is going on? Because the problem is they knew I started up somewhere there and ran into trouble. By the time I went back to where my second incarnation down went, they were fucking assholes. So, you've been gone 20 million years. And it's like I was parked with them. It's I don't really know what's going on. I forgot. Yeah, it was. They ran me by, and it's like, yeah. I'm not gonna make up. I'm missing a few bits and pieces. It's like, nah, they didn't like that. What were they worried about? Because there was enough issue. The reason those guys were together, I knew them, that there's enough issue getting captured there. And okay, yeah, they'll probably do. But it's like, they obviously hadn't got much taste. I was gonna crush my coffee, maybe leave the video on, but I'm running out of it. I just noticed, did I say I was making a coffee, unless you've got some of your gadgetry on at the same time, and turn the video off, went to make my coffee, that the gadgetry, like the block of cheese, combobulation of the dodge, you see the boys coming over the horizon. I don't especially want to paint that guy's face. What the fuck is that? Pardon my language. I can't even bother. I'm just going to roll with it, make my coffee. If I leave that going, save the video if it runs out. Pardon me. Wait, pardon me. What's that? That's amazing. I've got a video going. I'm not going to talk about that. But if I had a more polite company somewhere, isn't where they claim to where I think they might. I don't know whether it might be from over the border, but if they get hostile at me, because what the fuck that is, that's the one I don't quite understand. How do they see this shit? It's like, 250 million years ago, why should I hesitate on that? Because anywhere else, it's absolutely terrifying. Like 450 billion years ago, 21 billion. Before 250 million years ago, there was a moment where the moon basically dropped out of the sky and turned white. It was absolutely horrific for everyone. And it took almost 250 million. How long did it take? Oh, no. No. How long did it take to settle the fact that nature here turned into fucking shit? So why the fuck when it's like everyone all of a sudden wants to engage with divinity, and they're all surveilling this guy and reckon they can do schizophrenia, the schizophrenia shit. See what your friends made for you. See what your friends made for you. Where are they from? I don't know. It's just your friends. There it is. You bought it at a shop for 25 cents more than everyone else. But if they want to slabblejack with you because you bought it on sale for 25 cents more than anyone, no, that's not like ski past the lawn, ski past the lifts and go up second elevator to the right. Quits freaky on ya. Quits freaky shit and time gesture. Refined ski trip monularies in a way that if you skis are flipping right and rear, you find a better way to do it. Do you tell anyone? You don't tell anyone. This society, no, you don't tell anyone. They'll fraud you, and even if your skis flip and frees you from the second brummy load, it doesn't matter if someone catches it in and whatever. If your skis flipping, better friends with your skis. What was I saying before I went into that jargon about the sKudtcIo, Lictuary? They're all different, aren't they? And they don't. It's definitely not a good idea to commobulate them all with the wombies trying to figure out, oh yeah, everyone reckons they can be more refined the gear some guys have got going on. So it's fucking that would leave some room for the error of the doubt in the matters that if anyone sees that club hall or the way nature turns a crock of shit, that I took some time and doubt and then obnoxious to the information that seemed way out of line. 250 million. It seemed so irrational, and it technically is. They're coming to terms with that, and what the rest of the community reckon they can refine that more. It's like when I was saying that the Lord's Prayer and having to like, oh, someone's pinging on me, wants me to. I was like, oh, forgive me. Sins and trespasses. What is this? What was it? This could be something to the. To isolate itself to never sort of. Supposedly along the way, like. Saint Nice would have probably isolated themselves until never, and it's pretty much their own boy. But down here, it's a lot of peer pressure, and it's like, but if I don't, then there'll be 50, 100 other guys that will already. Even a regular guy, it's like, met her, and it was like, oh, hey, how does it work? Is there any examples of that? What was that? Wait. Oh yes. I made the wrong name too when I was talking about, if it's alright to bring a clear punsy, when they had all these certain agenda they wanted to capture on compact vinyl, and she's getting a lot of press here, which was skirting on transparent, I presume. Reverse continuity flattery of malicious agenda and motives, otherwise fearing for safety, mate. Yeah, perhaps in there they had certain agenda they wanted to capture on film. When they saw her with Black Summer and he nicked her out, when they escalated that, and the problem is now, I don't know what it is. That can't be true, but do they know? If I said just, hey, check these guys out, for some reason the males would think, well, hang on, is that right? Yeah. Okay, should I say anything? One thing was it pouring paint? No. They were going to do something absolutely horrific to her. They already had it in mind. And they went to the net. No. Okay. It was something absolutely horrific but they failed. But the actual girl, the actual was Kelly Clarkson. Well, never mind with the reference to Neighbours on when I grew up until I was about 9 or something. There was another girl from our town, this place called Yannick, if anyone international, Yannick near Edenham. It's a drop-off half pool with a winter downfall, summer burial mark pack drop-off. No. So there's more going on there. If you went there, you sort of wouldn't really be able to see anything. What's going on? Yeah, I don't know. It's technically, originally, there was another one from there more recently that changed the name. What was the name? You've heard that? I've heard that dropped a few times recently. I'm going to finish making my coffee. I'm just going to pause open frame. I don't see why that's what's saying about crumbling the very nature of existence, or even in the universe, or wherever that's from. What's going on? I don't know. They say, oh no, cheap shot. Well, it's been that long, relatively, that they forgot what his real name was. The ones that knew his name didn't like him because it left a mess, because they decided to drop any piece of harmony in their world just to kind of like gang up on girls. If any girl met a decent boy, they weren't allowed or something. Or the boy wasn't allowed. Unless they were donkey losers, ones that thought they were really hot or had a kind of faggoted look on their face. Especially the one right at the top, where... Oh yeah. Was there a passage a while ago that probably wasn't right? That if that was the case, they'd see male divinity wants to be top hogshot, patriarch, that the most crumplingly petrifying, what are we going to do with our lives, is that faggot face. Clark, is there any way of getting his faggot face out? Everyone would be like, get his faggot face out, please. Like the guy right at the top, it looks like a junkie fucking, he's space dead. What the fuck is he? And it's like, what's going on? And it's like, wReter, maybe. So what do you do? It's a bit complicated, isn't it? Because he saw that that formerly known as wReter, where along the lines formerly, Ranthcore means formerly known as what shit like wReter is derived from. That's a bit nasty. You saw him go past, but why did he go past? He wasn't just going to stay there. So he was going to go past anyway, was he? Didn't have to. Where was he going to stay? If you mean that, he knew someone, and it was. What happened? What was his pep shit to him? Was I don't want to think about it. Why am I ashamed of that? It's like, why am I freaking out of that? It's like, oh, but I was wondering, can I say that? He's not what he claims to be. He hasn't made any claims. It's like, that, because I might be wrong, that it's like, can we make something along the lines of a pep in the form? No. Which would it happen in the form of something that can cohabit as some mediocre jonky lonky that you might even call him Ryan, and he'll put up with it too. Nah, that's the problem, because I've totally oblivious. When was I remembering something? Oh, so when I was 16, I used to have a bit more going for me. I started growing up there, that's how it always was. If you failed in your mission to swampy rob him, and it didn't work, and something inevitably, which happens anyway, it doesn't matter who you are. No, I'm gonna drop that shit. Don't take my word for about the Pepsi. So I kind of meant it, like, I was met, it's like, oh, forgive me. So I've been talking about it. It's like, oh, forgive me. I don't know what came up. It's like, and I saw the resemblance. And it's kind of like when I met fairly recently. It's a bit of a concern, isn't it? Has everyone, down here, everyone's turned to chronic shit, but has everyone pretty much betrayed basic elements of life at the expense of native life that would probably tolerate seeing it heat up or something, or wouldn't notice, or they would notice, wouldn't they? So there's that humble chariot. So, well, I can't remember exactly what I said. I saw a colour purple, maybe a bit black, maybe some blue. I see green now. There's the purple again. It's more would you call it peachy purple? Pinky purple. That's pink. Oh no, what is it? Rose purple. Let's see a shade of yellow. What's black? Purple again. Yellow. Okay. I don't know why Sentinelites want to insist on something they reckon sounds fancy or otherwise. To me, it sounds like they just reckon it sounds fancy catchphrase. I don't know whether to mention that again, but the problem is that sort of shit may or may not get stuck in your head. No, not necessarily. I'm assuming my coffee's ready. I'm gonna get on. Well, I was considering what's mauve, because there's a grey, purple, yellow. It's sort of more of a grey colour. What is that? Because I was considering a word like that at the same time, something right at the back door. I wanted to say that as well, and it doesn't always mean it's wrong. A lot of time it would be. Mauve, I'm thinking mellow yellow, magenta, black, gold, grey, orange, silver, green, blonde, No. What? No. No. This is a bit embarrassing. This is like it not really claims to be kind of shit. But yeah, they had a lot running on it. Their downfall. Because they made a mistake, they'd be so embarrassed that they wanted to fucking promote the worst fucking case or the sKudtcIo be a free render skills befriend electrify. It's different degrees of it. You might well have different capacity, just that you've got a community, some this and this. You've got to be able to handle it, yeah. What did your counts do there? Supposedly there was 3 counts on elEl's along the way. Counts. You hit them up and chanting their name, pissing them off for a long time. Supposedly I was supposed to make it to a bank one day not that long ago, but that might have been a lie too once they hook up with the proxy ladders in there. So you like the idea of skinny. So if any of you clots upstairs have where is it? It's like, nah, cut that fucking shit. I've been trying to change my name. It's like people trying to change the name. It's just like, what's the purpose? That's not really an appropriate name. I don't know where the W or LLS comes from. Oh, sorry. I still got problems. Oh, that happens. So interesting how it's like ear, wisdom tooth, upper wisdom tooth, jaw, and back of the neck, front of the head, left temple, left eye, back to the other side of the wisdom teeth, into the ear again. I don't know what a mister is. I definitely wouldn't like to repeat other supposedly whale fucking nasty fancy pedophile. No, not necessarily, but someone more well known and celebrated than others, I suppose, and given a fancy title, the Queen's, not the wrong, no, not a real one. When did I actually say something about the Queen's siren? What was that on video? Supposedly, like someone told me, I was in my head saying, Queen's siren, because I was wondering about the Queen elEl mouth. It's Queen's siren as well. A real one, not just your fucking Portuguese pagan and one another cut that looks a bit like an Arthur. I know. Yeah, thing I found out about that Princess Diana, was that 2000 and early 2000, Princess Diana. Supposedly she was having a nice picnic somewhere. Whether the friends that she was with were or weren't a little bit iffy, but or whether she'd already been hassled or stalked by one of the Denmark cuts. Yeah. That had more to do with it than any fancy fucking glibby bippies that you saw on news and television. What was it, 2003, 4? I was playing golf. I remember being out and there's a why is it that like 45% of the population you're not really happy with that shit? Like the same thing as a young cousin that was a year older than me. I often felt a little bit edgy about that. The crime of law and climate cut, knowing the actual truth of the matter. If I was skirting, I was like, I didn't specify that very well. A cousin, like you could, like a relative. If I was skirting on that, they would ping on that and actually try and record that, even though I said no. And it's like, if I was thinking anything fucking stupid, just scrap it like 3 times a day. It's like, no, why are you jumping in that shit? Jumping at shit about thinking, no, I'm not going to try and figure out that or that or that. It's totally obnoxious and rude, and then resurrecting some capacity that I had 9.5 months ago or 10 of about in that situation how I might have, well, there might have been other stuff I could have done to halt that process. What difference would it make?